Hey, what's up guys? This is Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett in a tables match. The same match they're gonna have at TLC this Sunday. And I'm playing as Randy Orton in this match. Randy Orton is my prediction for this match. I think Randy's gonna pull off the victory here. And I actually gave Randy Orton the powerbomb as a finisher, well, one of his finishers, just for this match, just so I can put Barrett through the table with the powerbomb. Unfortunately though, I don't put him through the table successfully. Well, I do to put him through the table, I'll tell you that. But I won't tell you how. It just doesn't happen with the powerbomb. Even though I wanted to finish the match with a powerbomb through the table, just like Randy did, you know, a couple weeks back or 2 weeks back on SmackDown when he put Dolph through the table. But yeah, I failed, but whatever, I put him through the table anyways. You'll just see how I did it, you know, in part 2. So, anyways, what did I want to say? Oh yeah, by the way, something I found funny. I was watching some old footage, well, not too old, you know, like a year back or so. Do you guys remember when The Miz was WWE champion, and Randy Orton was still on Raw back then, and he was actually challenging The Miz for the championship. I think it was Randy Orton's rematch, or maybe his second rematch for the championship, since The Miz did beat Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, so Randy was entitled to a rematch. I'm not sure if TLC was his first rematch or second one, since, you know, most of the time the faces get 2 rematches, and even the heels, whatever. So, you know, I think before the match was actually taking place, you know, on Raw, Randy Orton got to pick the stipulation, I think. And he picked a tables match, you know, it was a tables, you know, TLC pay-per-view, so you know, he either had to pick tables, ladders, or chairs, or, you know, TLC. So he picked a tables match, just like this time, you know, where he's gonna face Wade in a tables match. And what's funny is the build-up to the match, or, you know, the way he showed his opponent that he was gonna pick a tables match, is the freaking exact same way he showed Wade Barrett which type of matchup he wants to face him, you know, at TLC. You see, last week on SmackDown, you know, Orton didn't say, hey, Wade Barrett, I want a tables match. He showed him he wanted a tables match. After he wanted to beat the clock challenge, what he did is, he didn't set up a table. The table was already set up. But he was going to powerbomb, you know, Wade Barrett through the table. But Wade Barrett got out of the way and ran up the stage, you know, in true heel fashion. Since he's the heel, the heels run away, you know, all that stuff. So Wade runs to the stage. But Dolph Ziggler, he's still there, you know, he got his ass beat by Randy Orton, so he picks up Dolph and powerbombs him through the freaking table, and thus announcing, well, you know, showing Wade Barrett that at TLC they're gonna face off in a tables match. And the exact same thing happened back in 2010, or wasn't 20? Yeah, it was 2010. Or what? Yeah, it was 2010, I'm pretty sure. You know, when Randy was going to face The Miz at TLC. Before that, Randy Orton was going to pick the stipulation as well. And same scenario happens, except, you know, it's with The Miz and Alex Riley and Randy Orton. So I think, I don't know who Randy Orton was facing at the time, or if he was even facing somebody, or if it was just a segment or something. But anyways, Alex Riley and The Miz are attacking Randy Orton, and Randy, I think, gets the advantage at some point. He sets up the table, and then he wants to put The Miz through the table, but The Miz ducks. He runs away to the stage, just like Wade Barrett, and Randy instead then, you know, gets Alex Riley in the powerbomb position and powerbombs him through the table, thus sending a message to The Miz and showing him he wants a tables match at TLC 2010 back then. So it's exact same scenario. So they kind of, you know, recycle the same scenario, but you know, I don't mind too much. But I would have preferred something new, you know, not the same. Like, I don't know, in 2012 is Randy Orton gonna face off in a tables match yet again, and we're gonna have the same scenario, but with, you know, somebody else. He's gonna freaking have a match with somebody, or somebody's gonna have a manager, and Randy's gonna want to powerbomb him through the table, but the guy's gonna run away, so Randy's gonna powerbomb his manager instead. I don't know. But anyways, I'm actually looking forward to this match. You know, I really like Wade Barrett, big fan of Wade's. I like the Barrett barrage. I like the fact that, you know, He's getting his push again. He's on the right track. He's, beating people up, winning matches. But there's something that I don't get here. Randy recently, he's feuded with Cody. Well, actually, I'll go, further than that, actually. He's feuded with Mark Henry, Cody, Wade Barrett. He hasn't feuded with Dolph Ziggler, though, but he's had a match with him. In all these scenarios with all these different guys, he's lost at least one match against them. But when it comes to Christian has never beaten Randy Orton one-on-one. They feuded for the entire summer, and yet Christian has never gotten a one-on-one freaking pinfall victory over Randy Orton. He's beaten him in like a tag team match or two, but when it comes to one-on-one, he's never beaten him. The only time you can kinda say Christian beat Randy Orton one-on-one was back at Money in the Bank when Christian won the world title by disqualification. But I mean, that was by disqualification, and it was Randy kicking Christian in the nuts, and Randy was gonna win the match. So yeah, I'm just kind of a little bit disappointed that Christian never got his one-on-one victory over Randy Orton. But whatever, hopefully soon when he comes back or something, he gets back at Orton. And no, it's not only with Orton. I mean, look at Christian and Sheamus. Those two guys feuded, right? And in their feud, Sheamus won what, 4 times, I think? And Christian won none of those times. None. He's never had a pinfall victory over Sheamus. I mean, when he was a face, he could beat Sheamus. He did beat Sheamus on SmackDown clean when he was a face, but then suddenly, when he turned heel, for some reason he just can't beat Sheamus. But anyways, enough about Christian. Bottom line, I'm going with Orton on this match. Barrett already has 2 victories over Orton, so my pick, Randy Orton. Although it could go either way, but I'm leaning more towards Orton. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm out. See ya.